And I'm just like, why you so mad? Like, why are you upset? How did I ruin your day? One time. Automatic. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button right at the bottom. And if you're old, whistle, welcome back. Gang. But today is going to be a story time video, as you can tell from the title. It's about working in fast food and the reason why I don't do relationships in the workplace, like at all, because I don't have time for any of the drama that I'm about to disclose to you guys. So let's just jump into the story. In this story, we have two people. We have Michael, we have John. Now, these two characters are characters. Now, Michael and John, we all started at the same fast food place at the same time. We all did orientation together, so we know each other, like, yeah, since the beginning. Except they were managers, well, as you could say, shift leaders, and I was still an employee. So at the time, like, they would like chit chat with me here and there, blah blah. I knew they liked me because I could just kind of tell in the way they always talked to me like we were best friends, like we knew each other since 3rd grade, but I don't really know them like that, but whatever. So I guess we can start with Michael. I've been cool with Michael since the first day. He's the first one who talks to me in general. We both kind of met during our interview session, and we all got a job at the same time. We got a job at the same time. Learn how to talk. So we all were cool. Michael started acting like he was like kind of bougie, but he was just really ghetto. Like, you knew that something was up with him. He had like a little bit of a screw loose, but we just didn't know which screw was. Like, it was up here or down here or around here. So we all, like, everybody knew that he was a little skeptical. And we all just been talking about a whole bunch of stuff. And we just hung out like twice, I believe. The first time we hung out was because he seen me walking home, because I used to work till like 3 in the morning and I didn't have my car at that time, so I used to just walk home. And then one day he seen me and then he just was like, oh, you want to ride? I'm like, cool. So I'm thinking that this ride is just like a friend ride, but apparently that was the opening of our relationship. So we started talking about life. You know, he asked me about where I'm from, and I asked him where he's from, because usually everybody who lives in Atlanta, they're not from Atlanta. I think he was like from Tennessee or some shit like that, whatever. But so we started chilling, and we sat in the car for like hours. Like, I think it was like a few hours just talking about a whole bunch of stuff, because we were just cool, like just talking about the stuff. So then I was like, okay, cool. Next thing you know, we worked the next day, and then he comes up to me and he's just like, oh, I heard that you're applying for the manager position. I'm like, no, I'm not. And then he was like, oh, well, they're gonna promote you. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you know. He's like, oh, congrats, blah blah, gives me like a hug and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, okay, too close. So then I didn't think nothing of it, and we were just, that's into that so far. So next thing you know, I also became friends with John. The reason why I became friends with John is because we both worked night shifts and we both were managers, so we just always like seeing each other in passing. So then we finally had a conversation. I mean, he was cool. We talked about like a whole bunch of stuff, like I said, but he's originally from Atlanta, so he was telling me all the hot spots and all these clubs and blah blah blah, stuff I don't care about. But you know, I talk to people because I just talk to people. You want to talk to me, I'll talk back to you. I don't have an issue with that. It's called communication, and a lot of us do it. So we're just talking and we're cool. So next thing you know, word get back that John and Michael, they started kind of beefing with each other, and it kind of was like about me. So I was just like, whoa, like, hold on, wait a minute, Jesus. Like, one, I never said I wanted like both of y'all or at all, so I don't even see why y'all beefing with each other because of me, but whatever. So next thing you know, Michael, he gave me another ride. This next time we hung out, he gave me another ride to the DMV because I needed to get my license reinstated. I don't know what happened with my license, but I had to do something to get it done. So I got that done, and then he wanted to like come in the house and like hang out, and I was just like, nah, I'm good, like I gotta go sleep, because I was gonna go see my other friends that lived on a different side of town. So I was just like, nah, I'm good, blah blah blah. So then oh, it was also, this is where shit started hitting the fan. It was John's birthday was like the day after he took me to the DMV. So I was off for the next 2 days. So I text Michael like, hey, do you have John's number? And he's like, no. he was like, no, he said no, but I know he did. So I was just like, why are you lying? And then he was like, if you want his number that bad, you can get it from him yourself. Like, okay. Well, I was like, you know what? I don't need it. Just tell him I said happy birthday. He was like, if you want to say happy birthday, you can say it to him. I'm just like, whoa there, Nelly. Whoa. I'm just saying happy birthday just to be a nice person, because that's the type of person I am, to say happy birthday. But for you to be all upset and in your feelings about it, apparently there's more going on than what meets the eye. So I'm just like, okay. So then John, he ends up texting me. I don't know how he got my number, but he still texted me. He's just like, oh, thank you for the birthday thing. He was like, me and Michael aren't cool anymore. And I'm just like, oh God. So then he tells me all the drama between them, and that practically they were all arguing over who likes who. They put me in the mix, saying that I liked Michael because I hung out with him more. And I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck? So I'm thinking that all this shit is deaded. No, honey, no. I go back to work, like, from when I was off, and I go back to work, and I'm just like, I'm speaking to Michael, like, what's up? And he has this, like, attitude, like, straight thong up his ass, like me mugging me attitude. And, you know, I'm one of them people who I'm very... like, you want to play these little games with me, I can play back 10 times harder. So, like, we're in the middle of doing orders and stuff, right? I'm doing all these orders, and he's just like, oh, well, can I get this? And I just look at him. Really? And I don't say anything to him. That shit pisses him off so bad, my nigga. He's like, you know what? Now I'm just leaving, like, so he just walks out. You know, when you work in fast food, like, they just ghetto. They don't care. They can walk out and then they still have their jobs. They don't care. It's whatever. It's unprofessional, but whatever. So he leaves or whatever, and then I get this long ass text message, because this is when I worked. I think he worked night, and then I came in for graveyard. So I got this long ass message from him, and he's just like, "You're a individual. Like, I don't know how." He was like, "I don't know how you can try to play me in front of all these people." He was like, "I thought we were more than this." I'm just looking like, this fool is crazy. I'm like, oh shit, what did I get myself into? What did I get myself into? So then he just keeps messaging me, and then it gets to the point that I start getting mad. So I'm just like, yo, like, it's not that serious, like, let it go. Like, we don't even know each other that well. I don't see why you're so pressed. So then he's just like, man, he's like, shut the F up or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but the nice guy, pettiness, he just went out the window. Now you're dealing with the hood nigga. I'm like, is there a problem? Like, you want to get this shit popping? Like, what's up? Like, I'm not about to sit here and argue. You want to get it popping? What's up? He's like, I'll come up to the job, and like, I don't have no shame. I'll come up there, me and my homeboy, and we'll beat your ass. And I'm just like, okay, we'll come up here. Come, I'll wait patiently for you. So I finished all my tasks for the night. I told the manager the other manager that was with me on duty named Art. I'm like, yo, like, he said he about to come up here and jump me. So, what's up? Like, I'm done with my stuff. So I'm gonna wait outside, because he said he was gonna come up here and he was gonna come beat my ass with his friend. So I was like, and then like the dude Art, he was just like, these niggas ain't about to jump you. It's like, nah. Okay, so he comes outside. So we're done with our stuff. We sit in the lobby, like, waiting, like, posted up. I'm like, yo, he gonna run up in here? Like, I'm waiting patiently for this. Like, I don't see him. Where's he at? So we waited a whole good few hours, and then I just gave up, and I was just like, apparently he don't give a fuck. So I just told my manager, the GM of the store, I'm just like, yo, like, you need to control your all acting up. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, he said he wants these hands, and I mean, he can get it if he wanted. I have no problems. Like, he can, it's whatever. Now let's get into the John situation. That's when me and Michael weren't cool no more, out of the picture. Now it's on to the John situation. Now John, he was feeling some type of way because I didn't want to hang out with him either. So I was just like, okay. So he was like, oh, well, you know, me and Michael not getting along. So I'm over this place. Like, so he like practically was like, I'm about to quit. And I'm just like, okay. So he's just like, so you cool with me quitting? It's your life. If you want to quit, you quit. My opinion in this matter doesn't mean shit. So then he was like, oh, you don't have to be like that. Like, all right. Like, I don't have time for the shit. Ain't you a grown ass man? You trying to get my opinion? You like, these niggas is like over 25, and I am like 19. What the fuck? Okay. So then he's like, okay, well, I'm over it. Like, I just can't work here no more. I'm like, cool. So then, like, his energy, when somebody wants to quit, like, their negative energy, like, comes on everybody else. Like, you can tell they don't want to be there. So they're, like, giving everybody, like, attitude and stuff like that. So he's, like, giving my employees that were under, because they were my employees, because it was overnight. So that he's, like, giving them all, like, these bad attitudes, bad vibes. Like, he's, like, cussing at employees and shit. And I am the spokesperson for the employees apparently. So they all will come to me and they be like, Javon, like he acting up, like, can you talk to him? I'm like, okay, cool. So I like go up to him like as a reasonable adult and I'm just like, yo, you need to calm down. Like, I don't know what's going on with you, but this is not good. Like, this is not professional. Like, this is a work environment. Like, whatever you got in your life going on, your little issues, whatever. I don't know if that was a shot to him or a jab, but I'm just saying, you got issues and drama, you can keep that. Well, you need to keep that. Like, don't keep that. Don't bring that up in here. Because that's what everybody's issue is. If you work somewhere and somebody's in a bad mood, they try to throw it on everybody else. And I'm just telling him, like, keep that rah-rah shit. You need to keep that at home. Like, you got issues with your life. You do that. You handle that at home. And he's just like, if I want to come in here and act the way I want to, I'm still going to come in here. Like, girl, nobody asked for that, girl. Like, calm down. I'm just like, it's not that serious. Like, you get mad hype. This is like the second person who has tried me at this job. I'm like over it. I'm like, yo, like, it's not that serious. Like, that's when my voice started getting louder because I'm like, I'm not about to sit here and argue with you. And he's just like, he was like, you just think you can come up in here and you can boss me around. You're not my boss. Like, calm down. Like, it came from the point of me saying calm down with my hands down to me having to put my hand up, like, calm down. Like, you doing a lot. Like, you trying to make a scene. Like, we got orders. I don't have time for you. So he's like doing this hard hoo ha ha shit. And I'm over here like, you know what? Have your moment. Take that over there. Let's get these orders out. So we getting the orders out or whatever. And he's just like, I don't believe somebody trying to boss me around like they my motherfucking boss. And I'm just like, why you so mad? Like, why are you upset? How did I ruin your day that bad? You come in here with a bad attitude and you trying to come. So I'm like, yo, do you want to go talk over there? Like, you wanna go talk over there? So let's go. Let's go. Let's grab everything and let's go. I'm like telling my bar people like, yo, everybody, I'll be right back. So I take him over there. I told him like, yo, you going off, you like popping off like you about like you upset or something, like you mad at me, like I don't know what your issue is. He's just like, I'm just tired of this place. I'm like, okay, well you can leave. Like nobody's telling you to stay here. He's like, you're not gonna tell me to leave. That's when I was just like, you know what, forget it. Cause he yells at me one more time, I'm just gonna stick his ass. And then this is gonna be the end of it. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm over it. So I walk away from him. He's like, don't walk away from me. And I'm like, I'm walking. But to wash dishes or something. So then my homeboy who's on grill, rest in peace to him, his name's Aaron. He was like, Javon, don't even entertain that nigga. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna ignore it. So then he comes in like a bat out of hell, like busting through doors, and he's just like, I'm so sick of this mother place. Everybody's like, bye. And then he's just like, yeah. He's like, what? These niggas gonna come in here thinking they bossing people around. I'm just like, now he's talking shit about me. I'm just like, oh, why? Why do I have to deal with this at work? Why, my nigga? So I walk up there, I put down the dishes, and I got the apron. You know when you do dishes, you get this long apron that's supposed to be waterproof when it's not really because you still throwing it. So I'm walking up there with the apron on like,
bitch, like, if you got something to say to me, say it to my face.
What's good? Like, what's the issue now? I thought we was good. I was like, what's the problem? He's just like, I'm over it, da-da-da. And then he starts getting louder and louder and louder. And this is when the point of my life, I'm like, do I want to beat his ass and lose my job? Or do I just want to just leave? And then I looked at Aaron and I was like, Aaron, I may stick his ass. And Aaron was just like, no. So then Aaron comes up to me, he puts his arm around my neck, and he's just like, he's not worth that, my G. They like we walk out or whatever. So then, you know, John's still on his rampage. That's when I was just like, that's when I started getting tight. So I was like, fuck it. I grabbed all my stuff and I text my manager. I'm like, yo, I'm out of here. You don't know how to control your managers. I don't have time. Like, you can, whatever, I'm over it. So then I walk out the door and then he's just like, all I hear him, like, when I'm about to walk out the door, he's like, ain't nobody gonna beat my ass though. Who said they want to fight you? Oh, this goofy ass nigga. That's why I was like, you know what? And all I see is Aaron, like, he bulldozes me through the door, and then he, like, pushes me out the door, because once you close the door, it's locked. So he's just lock it. So then I call one of my best friends. She lives in Cali at the time. I'm like, yo, like, I'm about to go through this driveway. I'm about to go through the drive-through, and I'm about to pull this nigga through the drive-through and beat his ass outside. Like, I can't do it. So she's talking to me to calm me down, and I'm just like, wow. But yeah, moral of the story is, like, don't worry about relationships at work. Leave the relationship separate from work, because those shits is just too much. Like, people thought that we were, like, all canoodling, like we had a threesome thing going on, when it was just them being on some other shit and me minding my business and everybody just wanted a piece of me. But I was just like, no, it was because that was in the rumor that we were having a threesome. No, unfortunately, guys, I don't. No, not with people I work with. And that's why I always tell people, like, work relationships, no, do not do work relationships, because it will all turn into a disaster real quick. Me being nice to people, me being nice to them, caused all this drama to happen. Like, at the end of the day, both of them end up leaving. I got promoted 2 times, and I won. Alright? Just because I didn't entertain any of this work foolishness. But yeah, that's how I wrecked the threesome and at work. And I'm happy that you guys stayed and listened. Thumbs up if you like it. And if you think my advice is pretty damn handy, just a heads up for all of you youngins who's trying to start working. And make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys next Thursday. Same time. Well, not same time, but same place, same channel. Bye.